Alright. There we go. That's one pirate mission out of the way. Apparently there's more to it, and apparently, I guess Rihanna is sounding very judgmental about our decision to do piratey stuff. Like, Rihanna, you can't... Like, when I'm about to get swarmed by enemies, you can't even fucking tell me what direction they're coming from, and you want to criticize me for my choice of contract? Like, bitch, have you heard the adage about the pot and the kettle? Anyway. I would say, I think it's safe to say that both the Mad and the Mad 2 have both earned their colors. So we're gonna go ahead and get them painted up the proper way. None of this draconis fucking moon rune bullshit. Let's get some real paint on these mechs. Gotta go in 2 hours. I'm going to a local event that has food trucks from across Alberta, including ribs. No shit. Well, Travel Typhoon, I wish you all the best on that. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday. As always, we're glad to have you. But you know what? Food trucks from far and wide, including ribs, is probably one of the best reasons to dip from the stream that I can think of. So go get you some ribs, and I hope that they're good. And if they're not... who am I kidding? Ribs are always good, unless they're not cooked all the way. So enjoy the ribs, Tribal. And as always, again, thank you for hanging out. I hope that the food trucks and the rest of your weekend treat you well. And let's see. We're going to sell this Phoenix Hawk because I don't need a Phoenix Hawk. While we're here, I guess I might as well repair the crab. Or I'm sorry, crabs, plural. Because you always got to be ready for a crab battle. Can't be having our crabs all busted up out here. Alright, are we still... No, we are moving to another planet apparently. Alright, so we're going to Wenfield. Let's do it. Let's get underway, shit. Hate the NPCs' color schemes in this game look like a bunch of clowns. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, I don't mind most of the paint jobs, but I especially hate the Merrick and Draconis paint jobs. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but to me, I always imagined the Draconis official color scheme being like red with some kind of bright accents, like maybe yellow or white. And Merrick, I think I always envisioned as being purple or poppy-esque. Like, the colors aren't wrong. Like, Merrick, I think, is a good combo as purple, green, and white. But I don't like that they make white the primary color and then use the purple and the green for accents. Like, I always envisioned them as purple with white and green accents. Missed the stream. Howdy, everyone. Well, you haven't missed the whole stream yet, EW. We're still going. We're still going. I'm still here. Merrick looks like Buzz Lightyear. Exactly, and that's the problem. Merrick looks like you're doing a Buzz Lightyear impression. And that is not a comparison you want to make. Alright, well again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mad Squad is a go. Let's do this. Solid black, only color required on mechs. Always fight during the nighttime. No, if you're gonna do your mechs in a single color, I already have that color, and if it doesn't automatically put us in the mission after this loading bar, I will show you that color. Escape. There is only one. If you're going to do a monocolor for your mech, I hit the wrong button. If you're gonna do monocolor for your mech, there is only one acceptable color. And that is Van Zandt Gray. Well, I call it Van Zandt Gray. It's otherwise known as Primer Gray. This is the only correct monocolor paint job. This is primer gray. This is the official camo scheme of the Van Zandt Free State Militia. And yes, I did create that paint job with the intention of potentially doing a Van Zandt playthrough at some point in the future. Because I can absolutely imagine the folks at Van Zandt just like, throw a lick of primer on it, we're good. And then immediate, like, the paint's the first thing it's gonna get fucked up anyway, so why go through all the trouble of putting some fancy-ass paint job on your mech when you're just gonna have to repaint it anyway? Just throw a coat of primer on it. That'll be good. Keeps the rust off. That's all that matters. When did they get enough money for primer? I don't think they got money for primer. I'm pretty sure they stole it. I'm sorry. They don't steal. I'm pretty sure they found it. Oh god, this is another super dark mission. Yeah, I just fell off the jump ship. Weird.
Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Okay, it's not quite as dark outside the ship.
Commander, it seems that we have received our next set of instructions. Patching through now.
Nice work with the supply run, Mer. While food and equipment are great, we can't be running around without fully functioning weaponry. Your next target is a military supply depot that we want you to raid and get us some ammunition. If you're successful, we'll be swinging by and picking up any ammo you find. Do a good job and I'll meet you soon to discuss further plans. Yaros out.
Sounds like a simple mission, Commander. However, I don't like us taking on such an extended contract with a pirate group. Better to go with short contracts and move out quickly before the cutthroats decide you've overstayed your welcome and stab you in the back. I've said my piece. The depot is marked on the map.
Is it, Rihanna? Because I see 4 marks on the map. Once again, maybe you should let me quarterback this thing. Little miss, I don't understand how a compass works. So, I hear the dude. That's Yaros, supposedly. God damn, Chet. Hiccups. And I think of, once again, the Hi I'm Daisy comic dub for Metal Gear Solid 3, titled Let's Destroy the Shagohod. And that moment where Lyndon Johnson and Khrushchev are talking to each other, and they just dub that over with bad American accent, bad Russian accent. Because that's what I think of when I just heard Homeboy talking. I was like, oh, that's a terrible Russian accent. Assuming that's what you're actually trying to do. Oh my god. My aim just jumped.
Focusing fire.
And again, my grandparents are Russian. I know what I'm talking about. Fucking die! Jesus, what the hell is happening right now? Go into the darkness.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Target destroyed.
I do not understand how these VTOLs are so durable. Did they suddenly get a buff too? Go into the darkness.
Target is down.
We got him.
Okay, you say that, but then I can clearly see this vehicle contact behind you, and it makes me concerned. Please die! Please die! Alright, are we done with vehicles just magically appearing behind us?
Focus target updated.
No, I refuse scary tanks mod. I absolutely refuse. No, we had to turn the tanks down because yet another mech lab puts them at like 3x health. And I got tired of having to shoot tanks with like 5 AC-20 rounds to kill them. Because that's not how tanks work in Battletech. The whole point of tanks and vehicles in Battletech is to provide mech-scale weaponry on a budget. Swarm tactics. What vehicles are not meant to be in Battletech is essentially just a smaller, faster mech. Because at that point, like when a Manticore tank has more armor and firepower than a fucking Locust, why would you take the Locust instead of a Manticore? Last full playthrough, I did not change any paint schemes on my mechs. Each mission was like a hodgepodge of nationalities. That would be cool. I mean, I can understand if you're like, if you don't give a shit about aesthetics, then that would also be one of those things where it's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just whatever paint job it had, that's the paint job you're using. But then I'm also the kind of person that likes to do some light RP, and we didn't really do it this go around. But like, when I was doing the BTA campaign, we kind of would have like pilots that were assigned to specific mechs. Like, this is your mech, and you only pilot this mech. And I tried to do that here, but that whole idea kind of fell apart. Yeah, and so you're not wrong, Grendler. Or I'm sorry, you're not wrong, What's Up, because that was the one thing that kind of made me consider for a very brief moment doing scary tanks, was to see more vehicle variety. But at the same time, I was like, I just don't think it's worth it. It's another stalker. Let's see if we can leg you. Why are you breaking up exactly? Ow. Let me see that leg. Let me see that leg. There we go. Okay. Good lord. These vehicles, man. These vehicles. Also, what the hell are my people doing? They're like over there doing circles and shit. Guys.
On your tail, Commander.
Over here. I'm over here getting shot to shit, and y'all are over here doing fucking donuts in the parking lot. Try to get your shit together if it's not too much trouble, guys.
Coordinating our attack.
I'm over here about to get fucking CT'd. Because these donkeys have been playing around with a couple of scorpion tanks while I'm over here trying to fight every mech on the field. Also, apparently General Quarters has been having a rough time of it too. Ow. Guys, are you having a derp moment? Do you not understand? Converge on my position? Do missions with 4 of the same mechs. I do every mech in the same paint scheme. Platinum of the Merc Awards. Different colors so I can identify them on a few. Like, that's fair. I mean, like, everybody has their own thing. That's like, you know, whenever I play Aurora 4X, I always like to do the thing where you come up with whole naming conventions, like all the frigates we're gonna name after these things, and all of the destroyers we're gonna name after these things, and you know, like come up with like lore and shit for it. Is it necessary? No. But it adds to the game. Makes it more fun, makes that particular playthrough more memorable. Pray for me, chat. Just spent 4 hours changing my brakes, and it took a lot of blood, sweat, and cussing. Just want to collapse and listen to mechs beat the shit out of each other for catharsis. Well, we can definitely provide that. As for your brakes not flying off when you actually get out on the road, that part I can't necessarily help you with. That's going to be entirely on you.
Enemy destroyed.
New target located.
This is gonna get hot.
Oh my. Guys, feel free to shoot at the enemies if at any point you find that convenient.
Target acquired.
Lance target received.
Target destroyed.
I ain't quite done yet.
Well, damn it.
Destroyed.
Be done. Ow. God damn it.
Target acquired. Heat critical.
Again, I'm literally about to get cored here
Target acknowledged.
because I have to do everything myself. Go over there. I'm tired of being your bullet sponge.
Ah, we got him. Got it. We're on it, Commander.
Guys, it is a single turret.
Incoming missile. Target
Shared target identified.
I swear, I'm gonna get cored here, and I'm gonna be very, very angry when it happens. Then again, I just don't seem to have much luck with the Marauder 2. Like, even in the vanilla campaign, whenever we take it out, I always seem to get cored out of it. So maybe it's just me and the Marauder 2 don't have very good chemistry. Stop shooting at me!
Engaging.
You're within range of the depot. You should be getting a visual soon.
Asshole, stop shooting at me!
target destroyed.
Tango down.
Alright, here we go.
Target acquired.
Oh no, if I switch mechs now and let the AI take over with this thing, it's definitely gonna get blown up. That's not a maybe, that's a definitely. How does aggro work? Is it purely based on DPS? I'm not 100% sure. I suspect that it's DPS based, yes. But I don't actually know the definitive answer to that. Fucking VTOLs. Yep, there it is. There it is. Cored out of the goddamn mech because VTOL's out of nowhere.
Shared target identified.
Feel free to fucking die anytime it's convenient. Good lord. Weapon groups. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. And let's do that. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's do this instead. And then I'll do a full alpha group as well. There we go.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay. Are we gonna have any more magic VTOLs come out of nowhere and one time anybody in the center torso? Well, it looks like this thing didn't stack pull, so hopefully it'll be a little bit of I can words, chat. Hopefully it'll be a little easier to repair because it didn't completely explode. Aussie Eric, I don't know. I've never tried. My accuracy is not so good that I can actually go for that.
Right.
Yeah, no, I would love to know the answer to that question as well. The AI has been really fucking shit on this mission. Like earlier they were just sitting there, instead of attacking anything, they were just sitting there spinning and doing donuts. So, again, the AI is fucking struggling on this mission for some stupid reason, and I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, again, we've seen the occasional bugs here and there, but like this mission in particular, the AI seems to be like, I don't know if it's a pathfinding issue or what, but the AI seems to be having some serious fucking problems. When they're just standing in one spot looking at a rock, or when they're standing in one spot just spinning around. Like that's not a good look. It's not a good look. Engines on the Igors are weak. Aim for those over the central body. Yeah, clearly I've been doing it wrong. Now, let's see what kind of resistance we're gonna run into up here. Or is this one of these where I've already cleared it out and I just didn't actually accomplish the objective that I was supposed to? You know what? Let's do
We're
this.
crazy living on a planet like this. Here we go. Bottleneck spotted.
No. No, it is not, in fact. Guys. Yeah?
You're all mine.
Again, if at any point you wanted to shoot at the enemy, that would be extremely fucking helpful. Alright, now we have a problem. And no carrying resubscribing for a 7th month, saying finally back from board game evening with the lads, now to chill with my favorite streamer while eating dinner. Well, hopefully the dinner was good and hopefully the games went well. I don't know how much longer we'll be streaming, but you did catch us before the end, so credit where it's due.
Critical.
Is this why these guys are not doing shit? Because the weapon groups are all cocked up
Heat critical. System offline.
and they're afraid to shoot? Is that what the problem is? Good lord.
Group target received.
Fine, let's do this. Let's do this. I will continue to shut myself down until you kill this fucking mech, guys. Shoot the goddamn mech. Jesus Christ.
I done whooped him good.
Like, motherfucker is sitting there punching you in the face and you're just like, I can't be bothered to shoot back. That would be rude. I mean, don't even get me started on the warrior VTOLs. Like, that's dumb. Explain to me how I can't just put a laser straight through that rotor and take them down instantly. Because there is no world in which that makes any kind of sense. If the laser is hot enough to burn through the metal armor on a mech, it should be hot enough to immediately slice those rotor blades off. Shooting my weapons will cost you extra on the payroll. Well, then you are working for the wrong damn company, buddy.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
Because we only get paid to do two
Decimated
things.
that installation.
Shoot and war crime.
Ammunition
And
stockpiles in the area
they're not
should
doing
keep
so
the
good with the
R21.
first one.
I've sent him the storage data, and we'll see where he sends us next.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Like when you see him over the horizon and you're just like, well, here comes a bunch of autocannon rounds.
Weapon destroyed. Weapon destroyed.
Thank you. Thank you, robot lady voice. This has already been a much more expensive mission than it needed to be, but thank you for letting me know that more of my weapons are destroyed.
Over here. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
I'm here to shoot and war crime, and I'm all out of shoot. Yep. Yep. Although we are running primarily lasers, so technically that shouldn't be an issue. Another missing pilot. Cost to org. Excuse you? Alright, let's see what we got on the salvage. Stalker that's not completely cored out, but that's way too expensive. Cord Quick Draw, Cord Crab, Cord Shadowhawk, Cord Wolverine, and Cord Hunchback. Alright, well then I guess we take the Quick Draw because it's got the highest dollar value attached. And then we'll take Frank's Red Hot, as you do. Don't really think there was anything else worth having, was there? No, not really. Alright. So, that's gonna be some very expensive repairs. Mad Squad did not have a great showing on their second outing. We did destroy 30 warrior units, though, so we can at least claim that. Outstanding. And then let's have a look at the barracks for the MIA mission. Where is Aetherin so that we can just pay the damn... So that we can pay the ransom.
Meet you in the ready room.
Why are they not showing up? Chet? Oh, here we go. Organized recovery. Ransom due, 1.3 million. Well, it sounds like Aetherin is never gonna collect another paycheck for as long as they work for this company, because that's a lot of money. Alright, view transmissions, X marks the spot, part 3. Well, we have some extensive repairs that need to be done before we even consider that. So let's look at repairing. We do not have the weapon systems to repair on that, and we are running short of large lasers, unfortunately. Well, I say that. We have some relatively high-tier lasers, but I don't know how comfortable I am giving high-tier equipment to the AI. Let's do this instead. Let's do this instead. We'll rework the Marauder 2 first. We do the repairs here, because none of the weapons actually got destroyed, they just got damaged. So we'll do that. And I think we pull off these large lasers, and we'll replace them with higher tier large lasers. Let me see. Do that, and do that. And then that'll give me a few more large lasers to play with on the other side. Now, why? Oh, because the engine got blown up. The engine got blown up. Chat, did this thing have double heat sinks? I don't remember. I gotta double check. AI won't overheat intentionally, so high heat weapons should be in separate groups. Yeah, that's the thing that I was realizing. Is the way that the weapon groups were set up, they were not firing as much as they should. Okay, so it did not have double heat sinks. Weird. So then... what... I'm trying to figure out why are we 2 tons underweight then? Chat, help me with this. Where's the other 2 tons? So we have the core. We can replace all of these heat sinks. Heatsink missing on the engine, but maybe. Fuck it. Do that, and do that. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing we did before, put some higher tier lasers in this puppy. Hopefully that'll give it the damage it needs to not get completely blown up next time around. There we go. Start the work. Again, very, very expensive repair job because we're in a conflict zone. Let's have a look at... well, let's look at this one since it doesn't actually need any replacement parts. This one's going to. So if we repair all, we still don't have the lasers we need. So we're gonna have to use something else. Can I buy large lasers on the market? No, because we're in a backwater system with no market. Alright. Well, I hate to say it, but I think Mad Squad's going on the bench again. Let's go ahead and sell this hatchet, man. I don't see us using it for anything. But yeah, I think Mad Squad is going on the bench for this one. Because we're going to have to do some repairs. So these repairs are already underway. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that after all. I will save it until we actually get to an industrial hub. And then we'll fix them back up again. Alright. So, what's the next mission? Where are we headed? Up to Icar? 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 I mean, Vile Player, the pathfinding is fairly simplistic. And again, I've said this before, but that's one of the things that I'm most excited to see in plans is the pathfinding and order following interface appear to be improved quite a bit, and I'm excited to see if that's going to be any better. But yeah, in this game, the pathfinding can be pretty bad. And on certain missions, like the one that we just did, like, I don't know why, but sometimes sometimes the AI just goes full stupid and can't figure out what to do. Need to visit Kukin's Pleasure Pit for some R&R and get a special reward. Is that actually a place in this game? Alright, I know we already did Battlemaster Squad, but these assholes have fucked around, and now it's time for them to find out. Kid gloves are coming off.
Yeah, time to make some noise.
Grid seems clear for now, Commander.
It's quiet now, but be ready for anything.
Northeast Curitan space. Remind me after this mission. I mean, I hope after this mission. It depends on how much longer this mission chain goes on. But, assuming, whenever we finish this mission chain, remind me and we will go check it out. But yeah, again, the computer has fucked around, and now it's time for them to find out. I'm done playing fucking footsie under the table with these assholes.
To take out a comms relay. Here's the decoded message.
All right, Merc, we have the goods loaded and ready for transport. However, there's one complication that we need to take care of. In order for us to successfully get these supplies back to our home base, we need a certain faction-controlled monitoring station taken offline until we get through their controlled space. You need to run a diversionary assault on their monitoring station while we make our supply run home. Do well, and we can meet face-to-face to discuss future plans.
Make your way to the marked location and take out those radar dishes and any other targets of opportunity. We need to keep them busy and focus on us to give Yaros enough time to get through colonial space.
That's the find out part, ladies and gentlemen. You had the fuck around part, now you're having the find out part. It's a two-part equation. It is a two-part equation. Oh, is there another mission after this one? Or are you talking about the mech factory mission in Kestrel Lancers, where you go through the Cataphract factory? Because we did that one, and yeah, the AI definitely had some issues.
Invalid target.
Target received. Engaging.
Yeah. Yeah, the AI definitely had some issues on that one. I remember that. Well, hello there, motherfucker. Be rendered into the past tense. You too.
Station is just ahead, Commander.
I've had enough of your bullshit.
You know what you're getting yourself into.
We've got company. Mercenary unit has passed Leviathan territory. Gauntlet base on high alert.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
We're on it, Commander.
What is that? SRM-20 carrier? I could probably kill that from here. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize we had a Banshee behind us. Well. Get out of the way, doofus. Come here, let me headshot you. Oh, well, I guess that works too. Alright, now it's time to do some more OSHA inspections. You know how this goes, chat. Gotta check to see if this is all up to code, and I got a feeling it's not gonna be. You know, people think we're out here in the middle of outer space thinking to themselves, man, space is awesome, you get all this freedom and everything. And then they think that, you know, like building codes and regulations, you know, don't exist and that they don't have to listen to that, they don't have to pay any attention to that. That's not how it works. Space OSHA is serious business.
I'm showing heavy damage to a number of the
And, you know, you take Space OSHA lightly at your own peril.
Want to see me do it again?
Get out of the way, doofus. Get out of the way, doofus. Jesus.
Just keep smashing.
Don't worry, Rihanna. I got this. It's literally the only thing I'm good at. I got this. I am painting with all the colors of the destructive rainbow.
We've created a big blind spot within the local intel network, and Yaros should be able to slip by without alerting anyone. Seems that you've won his trust, as he's just sent new coordinates with no message. It's a remote moonlight body that isn't known to be inhabited.
No soup for you.
It's been added to our nav database.
Hey, buddy. Come here for a second. I want to talk to you about your mech's extended warranty. It's expired. New merc group for next playthrough, Space OSHA. It's funny you should mention that. I actually have multiple merc group ideas written down, not only for Mechwarrior 5, but also for BTA. Like themed playthroughs. But I'm not gonna share those with you guys until we get to the point where we play them. So like, when we get around to playing BTA again, when we get around to playing another career of Mechwarrior 5, I'll throw some ideas at you guys and see which ones you want to go with. Although, to be fair, there's one idea that I think I'm gonna have to redo or revisit, because there was one idea where I basically wanted to do most of my damage through artillery, and the plan was that all the mechs had to be light mechs and we could only use them for scouting, and we had to use artillery to do most of our damage. So basically like an artillery company. But with all the changes and nerfs to artillery, I don't know if that would be a viable playthrough anymore. So that one I might have to revisit, but that's not the only idea I had. I have other ideas as well. Alright, let's see. You know what? A Banshee? We haven't actually played around with a Banshee yet. And part of me is willing to pay 300k for a Banshee. Just for the opportunity to heresy the hell out of it. But see, okay, so here's the thing, and this is, like, for those of you that are ever curious why the Banshee gets a bad rap, I want you to look at this. The Banshee is a 95-ton mech, okay? It is 5 tons shy of the heaviest mech weight allowed before you start rolling over into super heavies. It is one of the heaviest mechs in the game. And yet, it has a huge head hitbox. And it only has a 380 engine. And look at the armaments. This is a 95-ton mech. It has a PPC, a small laser, and an AC-5. That's it. For 95 tons, that's not a lot of firepower. So if you ever want to know why the Banshee gets shit on all the time, It's because for its tonnage, it's not durable enough and it doesn't hit hard enough. It's fast for an assault mech, but that's the only thing it's got going for it. It's basically a worse version of the Charger. So, like, if you ever worried, or if you ever wondered why the Banshee gets shit on, that's why. Pilot is fatigued from battle. Yeah, that's gonna happen. X marks the spot number 4. Alright, so this is gonna continue. Nah, it's not even the poor man's Atlas, Dutch Irishman. Like, the Atlas has got twice as much firepower and more armor. The only thing it loses is some speed. Like, an assault mech is... And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Mech Bay Heresy. I'm a fan of goofy shit. But the point of assault mechs is not to be fast. Like, assault mechs are by and large designed around the concept of being large centerpiece points. Like, they're meant to be the offensive and defensive center of a lance. And so, like, you're supposed to build a lance around an assault mech. And the Banshee is not that. Pleasure Pit is just southwest by Trell. I don't see it. Oh, no, there it is. Kukin's Pleasure Pit. Okay. Well, I said we'd do it after we did this mission chain. So we still got at least one more mission in the chain. We're gonna do that first. But as soon as the mission chain is over, we will go to the Pleasure Pit. I promise. I can't promise we're gonna stay. But we will go to the Pleasure Pit. And maybe, if you guys can behave yourselves, we'll get ice cream. Alright. Let's get underway. We're gonna be in the middle of BFE. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, this is actually difficulty 90, and they're upping the tonnage. We're actually fighting against Oberon Confederation now instead of just Steiner locals. Yaros Regus has sent coordinates to rendezvous on a small moon, meet up with Regus, and possibly join his pirate crew. Why do I feel like he's gonna try to kill us and we're gonna have to kill him? That's a lot of salvage shares, Chad. That is a lot of salvage shares. I mean, he's a pirate. He's gonna try to double cross us. Like, it's not an if. It's a win. And I know we're kind of under ton for this mission. However, I think I'm actually okay with just going in like this. Like, we could put in the Dragon Slayer Victor, but I think I'm just good with this comp. Like, the Battle Masters are good. The Battle Masters are really good, and the Awesome, obviously, is really good. I say we do it. Worst case scenario, we fail and everyone dies. The thing I don't like about the game is that they don't have the mech from 4 Vengeances like the Mad Cat and the Vulture and Nova Cat. So yeah, you're talking about the clans, King Panzer, and we actually have downloaded a mod, or a series of mods that add those mechs to the game. We're not at the part of the timeline where those mechs are actually going to show up, but the clan mechs and equipment is in the game, or is in this modded campaign.
Commander, you can't trust him. This pirate only looks out for one person, and that's himself. Our flight flyby has revealed that this
Go ahead.
station is more of a
Draw.
storage
Draw
facility
on
than a
me.
military
Give me an
outpost.
excuse.
Welcome to Port Alemany, the main storage facility of the Pirate King, Jake Kalmar. I'm just finishing up a debrief, but I'll meet you near the main storage buildings and we can talk about a bright future for you and your crew.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna
The
happen.
building he's talking about is in the back of this base.
That's definitely
Mark it on
what's
your
gonna
map.
happen. You know what else is definitely gonna happen? Is people aren't gonna follow right behind mine and then immediately shoot us in the back as soon as they turn hostile. That's definitely not gonna happen. Yeah, it's not in the vanilla game, King Panzer, but that's honestly that's why I enjoy the mods, cause it adds a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to get. And a lot of the models and stuff are pulled directly from Piranha's other game, Mechwarrior Online. So like it's official models and stuff. It's not just fan work. I mean, speaking of cat girls, I don't know if I told you guys, but on the community project Zomboid server, I always play as a tacked out bunny girl, like just, you know, wearing a bunny suit, but you know, with like with like the ballistic vest and all the tack gear and all that. So it's it definitely gets some eyebrows. It doesn't work so good in the winter time though. It gets very, very cold in the winter time.
Target acquired.
No, I don't think I will.
Focus engagement on Leech target.
Target.
I do this all day.
In case you didn't know, you have a grasshopper coming up behind you.
Activities.
Only wish railguns were good in Mechwarrior 5. If you mean the Gauss, they're okay. They could certainly be better. Be rendered into the past tense. And in a flash of light, he was gone. God damn it.
Burn that target down.
They're actually bringing an urban mech to this fight. I don't want to fuck with you. I'm gonna let my other people handle you. I'm more interested in these bigger mechs with easier to hit head boxes. Come here. Oh no, look at that. You're missing an arm. Oh no, you're missing a life.
That's why you get the high score.
That's unfortunate. Turn around, let me see your pretty face. Alright, fine, I'll take out your friends first. How about that? Ow. Alright, who's left? Wolverine? Maybe not.
Can help you get out of the trouble Jake Kalmar got you into. Won't let you and your friends escape with your lives if you shut down all your forces.
Let's see, we got Thunderbolt and, oh, a Corsair. No shit.
Dying on this lifeless rock. Now is there?
I think that's my first time seeing one of those in game.
Target destroyed. New target. Jaeger
New target, former Jaegermech. I was gonna try to wing that Corsair so that we could salvage it, and then my people were just like, actually, we're just gonna one-time this motherfucker.
Fight these guys back.
So, yeah, so much for salvaging that, I guess.
Consider him your primary target, Commander.
Rihanna, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the current tactical situation on the ground.
Federation's raiding party.
He's having a little bit of a bad day. They're struggling on making sea bills. I can never get past 4 million. Not sure what I'm doing incorrect. It depends on, so...
Didn't hear that.
Ouija, if you're playing, Battletech 2018, the economics in that game are very, very different from Mechwarrior.
We
So,
fulfilled
like,
our
yeah,
contract.
we're
Now
making
let's get
money
the hell
hand
out of
over
here, Commander.
fist.
I've had enough of pirates for one day.
We are making millions. Like, I'm currently walking around with like 50 million in the bank account, and we got all these crazy mechs. Like, the economy in Battletech 2018 is much more strict than that. Like, it's meant to be an economic simulator. Like, Mechwarrior is an action game. Battletech is a strategy game or a tactical game. And so, like, the money is a lot tighter. It's harder to get your hands on mechs. And when you do get your hands on those mechs, it's a lot more expensive to, like, repair them and keep them going. And that's just a feature of the game. So if you're having trouble, it's not you. The best advice that I give people to try to minimize your costs early in the game is they introduce the Argo and all of the upgrades very early in the campaign, and it seems like they want you, like, it seems like they're pushing you to upgrade the Argo, like, do all the upgrades. Do not do that at all. Never do that, especially if you're playing on really hard settings, because the thing about the Argo is that every single upgrade that you make to the Argo not only has an upfront cost, but it also has a recurring cost that essentially makes your monthly expenses go up every month. And so even though you're not bringing in more mechs, you're not hiring more people, if you're upgrading the Argo, you're still spending more money every month. And it can be, you know, anywhere from 50 to 100k additional every month to, you know, once you fully upgrade the Argo, you can be spending millions of sea bills a month just in Argo maintenance. And the thing about the Argo upgrades is once you've made them, you can't undo them. You cannot remove Argo upgrades. So you basically, whenever you do an upgrade for the Argo, you have to be ready and willing to take on that additional expense forever. Because at that point, you can't get rid of the upgrade, so you always have to pay for it. So you have to be very careful about which upgrades you take and when. Generally, don't take the upgrades unless you need to. Like, if you're having problems with morale, do a morale upgrade. If you're having a problem with the mech bay, like it's taking too long to fix your mechs, do a mech bay upgrade. But yeah, like, you have to be ready to not only pay the upfront cost, but you have to be able to pay the recurring cost as well. And even if it doesn't seem like a lot, you know, an extra 100,000 a month can make a huge difference when you've only got 1 million sea bills in the bank. So that is the best advice I can give you. The next best piece of advice that I can give you is, I know it's very tempting, especially in the early game, to have a mech bay full of as many mechs as you can possibly have. You know, you get that Pokemon mentality. I want to collect them all. I want to have all the mechs. But don't do that either, because just like here in Mechwarrior, every time you have a mech that's fully assembled and in the mech bay, that also costs you money. And so if you're not actively using a mech on a regular basis, if you're not taking it out on every mission, or you know, using it in a regular rotation of lances, don't assemble mechs if you're not going to use them. Don't assemble mechs just to look at them, because it's going to cost you more money. Everything else goes to cold storage. Then you're doing it right. I mean, that's the best way to minimize cost there. There's lots of little cost-cutting measures that you can do in the game that they don't really tell you about. And so it can make the financial game, especially very early on, kind of challenging. Because they tell you all the things that you can spend your money on, but then they don't do a very good job of telling you, like, when you should actually be spending your money on that stuff. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. We got a charger, we got another Banshee, we got an XL engine, we got an engine core, we got a double heatsink kit, and a large pulse laser. Man. We got all the good stuff here. Got a double heatsink as well. I'm gonna take that. And then let's see, we can take... I could take the engine core. Couldn't take the XL. Well, I guess I could take the XL engine and the engine core and we just pay an extra 500k, but I'm not going to use the XL engine if I don't have to. So we take the Irby. Maybe the Dragon. There we go. There we go. That's some good salvage right there, chat. That is some good salvage. And all the mechs are in good shape. We get the Corsair, outstanding. I've wanted to play with this because I see it in the loading screen sometimes and I'm like, I want to play with this. I want to see what it's like. In the periphery, battle mechs aren't simply field repaired. All too often, mashups and grafting whole parts to make something combat worthy is the only resort. Some call them Franken mechs. The Oberon Confederation scoundrels call the big ones Corsairs. This one's about as big as they come. And the wretch that got pulled from it, one Tyler Erickson, called it Privateer. It makes you wonder how these pirates get their hands on so many mechs in recent years. That's a 95-ton pirate mech, and it's a hero mech. It's got rugged, easy to maintain, you love to see it, love to fucking see it, and it's running a bunch of TEM lasers and shit. Like, we can absolutely improve that. Okay, I think that's the end of that mission chain, so we have finally stopped being pirates. Outstanding. Have spares to minimize repair times. Need enough mechs to clear out a planet without stopping for repairs. Yeah, that's true, ARPA. And that's the thing is, like, once you get into like the mid game and you're actually bringing in some decent money and you're doing some better paying missions and bringing in good salvage, then you can start to field or have like more than one lance of mechs put together. Like, it's not to say that you can't fill up the mech bay. Like, when we were doing the BTA campaign, by the end of the game, we had a pretty much full mech bay. Like, we had all 3 mech bays full. But in the early game, when money's really tight, it's not a good idea to do that. Like, once you get to the point where you can afford that extra expense, yeah, go crazy. Have 2 or 3 lances ready so that way you can rotate through them depending on whatever's going on. But just as early game advice, I always say, if you're not going to field a mech in 1 or 2 missions, don't even have it put together. Yeah, exactly, ARPA. And that's the thing is, like, there is a progression of, like, penny pinching and doing everything you can to financially make ends meet. And then as you get into the late game, and, you know, you're bringing in 20 million worth of salvage on a single mission, then suddenly the financial side of the game kind of goes to the wayside, and then you get into the more fun stuff like, hey, let's build some goofy mechs, or let's see if we can do all the Argo upgrades, or let's, you know, try to do this get or that. This mission, it has a 400-ton weight limit, but let's see if we can do it with only light mechs. You know, that's when you could start doing the goofy shit. Alright, Puns Hunter really wants to go to Kukin's Pleasure Pit, so I said we would go after the mission chain was over. So let's go check it out. Let's go check it out, chat. I'm sorry? Okay, we got an achievement. Is that it? We just get an achievement for coming here? Well, we do have a priority transmission. Oh, this is Dragon's Gambit. Free drinks also. I mean, that's true. But let's have a look. Maybe they got some decent equipment. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they have some decent mechs. Or maybe they have no mechs at all. Let's see. The dragon, I don't want. Let's sell that. Get it out of here. And the Corsair, I'm going to go ahead and cold storage that for now. The Banshee, same story. We'll cold storage for now. Try and keep our costs down. Let's see. Are we in a place? We are, in fact, in a place where we can do some repairs. So let's do that. Excuse me. All right. Outstanding. I don't know why the game keeps pushing my mechs further and further down in the mech bay. I would appreciate it if you did not do that, Mechwarrior. Alright, there we go. How's the king crab? I don't know. We haven't run the king crab yet. Up until this point, we've only run crab squad, so we haven't really had a mission where we had the tonnage limit to take out the king crab. So let's see. If we did crab squad, that would be 250 tons all in. Because you got 50 tons per crab, plus the 100 tons for the king crab. So the next time we have a 250 ton mission, or something in the neighborhood, I will consider taking out the king crab, and we'll see how it does. Love Dragon's Gambit. It can be a grind, though. Well, I have considered it. It is one of the DLCs that we have not done yet. But again, I don't know if it's a great idea this playthrough because Kurita hates us. Like, again, as a reminder, they basically have maxed out negative reputation for us. Like, we are in the red with them. So we are going to be getting dog shit salvage and money from them until we improve our reputation. Frequently gives you some great mechs. I mean, it's worth considering. It's worth considering. But with that being said, I think I'm going to call the stream here, chat. It has been almost 7 hours. So what I think I'll do is... I don't know. I think I'll put a post up on the Twitter machine. I'll put a poll up on the Twitter machine. And I will ask you folks whether you want to do Dragon's Gambit. Or, you know what? You know what? Because you're here. Because you're here. I'm not going to deprive you guys. I'm not going to deprive you guys of having some interaction since you were here. So I'm going to let you guys make the decision. We're not going to start the DLC today, but I'm going to let you guys make the decision. Let's see. Yeah? There we go. And I will give you guys, let's say 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. So everybody in chat, if you don't see the poll, refresh your stream and you should see it. Ouija, Dragon's Gambit is one of the DLCs. It's a big narrative campaign arc. It's something that we're probably going to be locked into for a little while if we start it. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But at the same time, it's, you know, again, I like to give you guys a little bit of say in what we do. So refresh the stream if you don't see the poll, and you guys go ahead and weigh in on whether or not we're going to do Dragon's Gambit. And again, I'm not going to start it today. We're definitely going to end stream. But since you guys are here now, I want to give you the opportunity to weigh in as a little treat at the end, and also to hopefully give you something to look forward to on the next stream. Let's see. And Koloski13, to all my fellow Texans, stay safe and keep an eye on the weather. I was waylaid by tornadoes and torrential downpours with 100 Bezos bucks donation. Well, thank you for the Bezos bucks, first of all. And second of all, yeah, if you live in Texas, we've got some pretty rough weather in certain parts of the state right now. So depending on where you live, keep an eye on the sky, watch those weather reports. And hopefully if you've lived in Texas long enough, you know what to do if you hear those sirens. So stay safe out there, because it's that time of year. It is that time of year. Oh, I'm sure, Megas. I have not, so far, throughout all of the DLCs that I have played, I have felt like, in one way or another, every DLC so far has been an improvement over the base game. So, like, I don't think that Dragon's Gambit is going to be bad, but again, this won't be the only playthrough of Mechwarrior 5 that we do, so, you know, some people may want to save content for another playthrough, or maybe they'd like to see me do something else. It's whatever. So, like, I have no problem giving you guys a say in what we do, because, again, like I said earlier in the stream when I was on my tangent, like, I want you guys to have a good time, too. So, I want you to have a say in what we do, so that you feel like, you had some kind of a say in it. Oh, yeah, Pugslider. Duh. That's just the thing. That's Twitch. I mean, to be honest, 20 people out of 71 in the stream is actually really good. Most streamers get, on average, between 5 and 10% engagement with polls. So the fact that we're getting more than that, to me, says that you guys are more engaged and more willing to be active with the polls. So I'll take it. I mean, any interaction to me is good, because it shows that you're invested in the playthrough. It shows that you're invested in the game, and you actually have an opinion about what you want to see next. So that's why I put the polls up from time to time, to make sure that you guys are happy with what you're getting. And if not, to give you a chance to get something different. But according to the poll, and it was actually pretty close, I know if Erst was here, what he would say. But it was pretty close, but it looks like we are in favor of Dragon's Gambit. So that solves the question for me of what we're going to do on the next stream. Because I'm always thinking, in between streams, I'm always thinking about, like, okay, what are we going to do on the next one? Like, how do I keep that forward momentum? Because one thing I don't want to do is, like, get bogged down and just, you know, doing a bunch of random missions and it just being really boring, you know? So, like, I always want to have a goal in mind. I always want to set something ahead of us to say, this is what we're going to do today. So that's good. It solves the problem for me, because I don't have to worry about what we're going to do. We just hit that Dragon's Gambit and grind on it until we get done with it, however long that's going to take. And the DLCs have been pretty lengthy. We're usually getting 1 or 2 streams out of each DLC, so that's good. It'll give us something to look forward to, and everybody's telling me, everybody's telling me we'll get good max and good salvage and all that, and I'm always looking forward to more free shit, so you know how it is. But anyway, like I said, I think it's about time. We're now officially past the 7-hour mark, so I think it's about time we draw the stream to a close. So let's get in here and let us drop a save. Remember to always do a manual save. Don't rely on autosaves. That way lies madness and tragedy. But we'll drop a save as you do, and then let's head back to the office. And let's kill the angry mech bay noises. So yeah, we had a good day in the Inner Sphere yet again. Got some more of those narrative missions and special transmissions knocked off the list. And even did so. Oh no, I just realized I'm in angry mode. Why am I in angry mode? Have I been in angry mode the whole time? Why am I angry face? And why are none of my face buttons working? God damn it. I'm sorry, chat. I'm not actually angry. I must have hit the button to make my angry expression, and I can't. I just realized now that I've actually thrown it up on the screen, but like none of my expressions are working, and I don't know why. Why are you being like this, VC face, at the end of the stream? Why are you like this? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, chat. Technical difficulties. Yeah, and then I was angry because the button wasn't working. But I have other expressions as well, if any of them work, but they don't appear to be working. So we'll just we won't have expressions. How about that? No expressions, no expressions. Anyway, but we had a good day. We had a good day in the Innersphere. Made some money, made some salvage, got some new mechs, added some new hero mechs to our collection because of course we got to catch 'em all. So, yeah, we're doing good. We're making some progress. And of course, you guys decided here, right at the end of the stream, that next time around, we're going to do some Dragon's Gambit. So that is, again, one of the DLCs that we have not done yet. So it'd be an opportunity for us to get stuck into some brand new content for us, at least, or for me, at least, and see what comes of it. Having no idea what we're getting ourselves into with House Kurita. And you know, they're not terribly fond of us right now. Our reputation with them is not real good. So hopefully that doesn't influence the loot that we get too terribly much, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Again, Battletech is about making the best of a bad situation, and who knows, maybe when it's all said and done, we'll actually come out with some positive curator reputation, and we might actually be able to start operating in their space a little more without having to worry about astronomical repair costs and things like that. So, anyway. It was a good day, and I felt like we accomplished a lot, and that's all I ever really ask of myself is like when we go into the Inner Sphere, I want to make sure that we felt like we got something done. And it definitely feels like we got something done today, so mission accomplished. So of course, I want to thank you guys for coming out today on a Saturday, joining us for some hot mech on mech action. Again, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet. So I want you to know that every minute that you spend in this stream matters, and I find it precious. Thank you so much. You do not have to be here. You do not have to spend time with us, so I appreciate every single minute that you choose to spend with me and spend with this community. Whether you're here for 5 minutes or 5 hours, every single one of those minutes matters, and I thank you for them. For those of you that subbed, resubbed, donated the Bezos bucks, that all is appreciated as well. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. You don't have to support the stream that way. But thank you so much for keeping things alive and supporting me, supporting the community, and supporting this channel. Again, I'm just the monkey putting on the show. Without you guys, there is no channel, there is no stream. So thank you for being here. Thank you for making this community awesome. And thank you for making this what it is. And I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value, and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.